Say hi to everyone, Poopa. Hello. Say hi. Are you gonna go downstairs with Daddy so Mommy can do this? Okay, I love you. Mwah. So I'm totally not ready to start, but let's just start. Hi! How are you? I haven't seen everyone in so long. I haven't podcasted in about a month. So welcome to Gemma Darling Not So Daily. That was my little pooper. You got to meet him. Maybe more next week. Maybe you will just. If there is a next week, I swear I'm finding it so hard to find time to do this. I thought being a mommy was going to be like, oh yeah, they sleep all the time. When she sleeps, I pass out. I'm so tired. So today she's with my mom for a little while, so I'm trying to bang out a podcast, and I'm trying to keep it short. I've got notes and everything, and I got makeup on today. So, all right. I am loving Vlogmas. Are you guys watching Vlogmas? It's so exciting to see everyone every night. And what's really fun is for about 5 to 6:30, because I try not to have the TV on all day because I want to play with the baby, but you know, at around 5:30, she starts to just get a little bit irritable, and you know, she wants a nap, but should I let her take a nap? So we all sit on the couch, all meaning Maggie the cat, Pooper the dog, Franny and Mommy, and we watch Vlogmas. We watch everyone's uploads for the day, and we're having a great time. Even my husband was watching with us the other night, which was fun. So, yeah, it's just, I wish I could do it. I cannot do it. These people that are editing every single day, you know, thank you. It's really difficult. I can imagine. We've been watching, of course, Kristen from Yarngasm, and we've been watching Molly from A Homespun House, and Jacqueline from Brooklyn Knit Folk. I think those are the three that we kind of hit every day. And then there's so many others that I want to see. Sarah's doing it from Love Sock Wool. I've seen a couple of those. You're adorable. Who else? The Knitting Broomstick, Vegan Jilly. We want to see yours, so I may like binge watch them all today. And you know, if there's anyone else doing it, please tell me, because I totally want to watch them. I'm oh, yo, Inside Number 23. I was watching hers yesterday, and then YouTube just changed over to something else, and another one of her casts, and she was visiting the Harry Potter studio tour, and I just sat there and watched the entire thing. I love Harry Potter. I am right there with you, Katie. Okay. Just a side note, I'm going to start making stitch markers. I'm going to start making really high-end stitch markers with semi-precious stones, because I love making jewelry, and it's kind of like jewelry for your knitting, right? So I got myself a new loop, because I had, you know, a loop is a jeweler's loop. They look at the stones through, and I think I'm going blind. So don't laugh. I got myself this. And so I should be able to use both my hands and make things that are really small. So we'll see how that works out. That thing's ridiculous. Okay, so what have I been up to? We had a cousin's Christmas party last week, and, you know, I have to recommend it. It was so much fun. Absolute chaos, pandemonium, lots of food. It was incredible. My cousins are amazing. And it was only some of my cousins, because my grandfather was one of 5, and then all of them had 2 and 3 kids, and all of them had 2 and 3 kids, which is us, and then all of them are starting to have kids. So there's just too many people to fit in my house. So my dad's favorite cousin, they never get to see each other at the holidays anymore. So I had his kids and, like, you know, some of his sisters and brothers' kids. No, he had 2 sisters. So I had his sister's kid. It's just, the family tree is, when you're Sicilian, it does not fit on a piece of paper. So I we had a great time, and my cousin brought one of those games with the cheek spreaders where you have to talk with your cheeks all like open, and everyone was having such a good time, and we got some video of that. And then of course we had to bring out Cards Against Humanity, and my husband has the bigger, blacker box, which is like this huge box of all of the installments, and my cousins were like, what is this? They had never seen the extra installments that come with it, so that was funny. In my house, I have a really long living room, so we flipped the dining room and the living room. So all my living room furniture is in the dining room, and all of my dining room furniture is in the living room, and then we put all these tables. So we had a really big long table going down the center of the living room, and then the dining room was in between, and then there was a TV room that has, we had this huge sectional couch, and all the kids were in there, which was really nice because every time the kids start to come out of there, like trickling out, the parents are playing Cards Against Humanity, and they're like, go back in the room, go back in there. So the kids were far enough away not to be, I don't know, tainted by that awful, awful game. It's awful. It's awful. It's really funny, though. I think I kind of played it too many times, and I think that I'm kind of over it. But, when you're playing with people that don't play it often, and, some of them are a little inebriated, it's really a good time. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so what have I been up to knitting-wise? Let's see. Of course, I didn't do any sewing because knitting is silent and sewing is loud. And so when the baby is sleeping, I can't sew. I can't. But I did have to frog some stuff because, sometimes you like a project and then you lose steam and it's just not happening. And this yarn was much, much too gorgeous to just let it sit. So this is my scarf blanket. I took it out. I'm going to frog the rest of it. And I'm going to make some big cowls, maybe a cowl with a big hood, because I think those will be really useful, and I really love the yarns that I was putting into this. I mean, it's exceptionally soft. So, look at My Little Pony right there. Love it. And I have 2 more skeins of it because I bought them to put in the blanket. So I actually have enough to do stuff with. And then the cactus flower, which was that really, really, here it is. The gorgeous Tosh Merino. This was in it, and I took a ball of it out because when I saw how beautiful it was, I was like, this blanket is just not doing it justice. So, and everyone's making their crochet blankets right now. They've gone down the rabbit hole, and I can't do that. They have all these sock scraps. I don't make socks. I don't have scraps, so I like the bulkies. Especially because I don't get that much time to knit. I have an hour or 2 at the end of the day when I'm really tired and the baby's sleeping next to me. And so, I want projects that finish themselves much more quickly. Because if you don't ever have a finished object, you kind of get discouraged. So, the bulky. It's unraveling by itself. Okay, so what else? So I did take that out. That was Christian's scarf. But I did pick up the scarf I was making with that pattern. Last night I only did about 10 rows, so it's really not anything more than you saw before, but my husband saw me working on it, and he's like, oh, I really like that. What is it? And so I said, oh, it's just a scarf, and he's like, he likes it, so I think I'm going to try to finish this for Christmas for him. So again, Christian scarf. It's a great pattern. It's intuitive. It's simple. And it gives you this nice texture, so I actually may use it to make a baby blanket for my cousin. She asked me to make a baby blanket for her goddaughter, and I have really been neglecting that project because I started it and I didn't like it. Remember, that was this one. That was this. I hate it. I'm not a huge crocheter. I mean, it looks nice. Maybe I should just finish it. I don't like what happened to it, you know, right in the cast on row, like right here. Can you see that? You cast into the chain, and then it just looks real, like if you pull it a little, and I don't know, maybe I can reinforce it. Maybe I should keep going. It's kind of big. It is really soft. I mean, the acrylic yarn, it's not great. It's not awful though. So I think I have some back here. Crinkle. It's the Patton's Beehive Chunky. So, I mean, it's moving up really fast. Maybe I should just finish it. And if she doesn't like it, I'll make something else. But at this point, I guess it would just be wasting all this yarn because it's really not going to be usable again. Okay, so we'll stuff that back there and think about it. All right, looking at my show notes. So, I was working on the Fringe shawl. I showed you guys that last week. Say last week. It was last month. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You know, life happens. So, this is my bag, my Fringe Supply Company bag. I carry it all over the house. It's got my pins on it. See? Chocolate Slut. These are from the Knitting Bee and the Lemonade Shop. There's one from No Makers. Can you see that? So I like pins. So if you guys are doing any shows, if any yarn dyers are doing your shows, get pins. They're super cheap and everyone loves them. Okay, so my Fringe shawl, it's gotten a little bit bigger. I don't know if I like it or not, but hey, I'm going to power through it. So this is it. And it's really getting long. It's getting long. So I had to put it on a set of interchangeables because I had a 60-inch cord with the right size needle. Untangle it because I have lots of ends here. When you're doing things with a lot of colors, you have a lot of ends. So let's see. It's like, woo. So it's going to be nice and big. I'm trying to do it like Beata from Hedgehog Fibers, and she said just keep knitting. Like someone asked her in her thread on Ravelry how hers was so much bigger than Stephen West's, and she said just keep knitting. And the truth is you can, because even the rows where you're putting in, you know, these, which is literally a knit two together, yarn over, knit one, yarn over, knit two together, it's super simple. And you know, if it ends with a knit one or it ends with a knit two together, like it doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter how many stitches are in the row. You can still do it. It's great. He writes such versatile patterns. And I don't mean to be like some knitting snot bag thinking I'm good enough to change his patterns. I'm not. But I loved hers because it was humongous. And so I've just been putting some stripes into it, having fun with it, and, you know, we'll see. We'll see how it comes out, you know? I'm excited because I'm using the Hedgehog Fibers Merino singles, and it's a single ply it's like a heavy DK or a light worsted, and it's luscious. It really is super soft, and I can't wait to wear it. I don't think I can get this on me. Too many strings. Let's see. You know who likes to wear it? The baby. And it has all these strings, so I have to sit right there just in case. But she loves to play with yarn. Not yet. You can't really get the whole gist of it yet. Now, I'm not really happy with the color I started with. I had a whole other idea of what the colors I was going to use and when I was going to change them. But I didn't want to end up with like yarn nubbins because I didn't think I would use them for anything. So I've just kind of been going until the skein is used up. And so I'm into my second skein of this one right here, which is Spell, and Jelly. This is Jelly, the pink. The green is Shamrock, and this one up here is Genie. I mean, the colorways from Hedgehog Fibers are gorgeous. So, maybe I'll have a normal screen grab this week. I always get these awful pictures, and then I'm trying to figure out how to fix it. My husband's telling me how to fix it, and I don't have time. I'm sorry, because by the time I'm done with this, I have to go get the baby. And, you know, my life is about her, and I'm happy about that. But I get the worst screen grabs. Like, you go to look at my podcast, and it's like, you know, so... And that'll probably be the one that they give me as an option on YouTube. Anyway, Fringe shawl. Very excited to finish it. I'm going to do another row of the purple, and then I may do a big row of the green, and then I have to put in all the fringes. So it's going to take me a little while to finish it, but I think once it's done, it's going to be fantastic. I'm not going to take it off ever. So, and who's holding my yarn? My Yarnet. I love them. My husband's family has a Secret Santa website that my husband built, and you go on it and you pretty much register for what you want for the holiday, and then people can, you know, click on it if they want it, and it shows that it's been taken. So it's really great. I need to put things on it that are like, you know, little stocking stuffers that are not expensive, and I wanted to put a bunch of yarnets on it because that's a great present, right? They're a little expensive. They're expensive. Like, I would think they'd be $15 or $20, but they're not. They're $35. And so, I couldn't. But I really love mine. I love it. And if I could have one for every project, I would. I love it. Absolutely. All right. Found more yarn that I bought. I'm going to have to put that in my stash. Let's put that. I'll put that there. I can't help it. I have to buy yarn. I did start knitting with glasses on, like a little old lady. They're these little Kate Spade glasses that I found at TJ Maxx. They're, what are they? Let's see. They're +2. I don't know what that means. You know, magnification, which I think is what one of my loops is. So when I'm knitting something really small, I just look down through it, and it actually does help prevent headaches, because I was getting a lot of headaches from doing all this knitting in the dark. I hang a light from my shirt, so it just shows on my knitting while I'm watching my iPad and have the earphones on. I'm completely like rigged at night. Like, everything is all over me. And then when I hear the baby crying, I'm trying to pull it off to get to her. Yeah, glamour. All right, so that was my fringe shawl. Now, I did have 3 whips, but I only have 2 because I frogged one yesterday because I dropped a bunch of stitches. I wasn't paying attention. I was making another Ava Jean hat with this. This is Hedgehog Fibers Monet, and I was trying to take this, which is Hedgehog Fibers Bally, and I was trying to go every other row, and it was just creating a mess. So then I tried to pull out the Bally because I had already done the band in this. And I picked up all the stitches twisted, and it was too much agita, so. But my husband, he really is good about all the yarn that I bring into this house. He does not really complain. He laughs at me, you know. I don't get my hair done. I don't do other things that I guess some women like to do to pamper themselves, so I spend it on yarn. And, I said, go on Ravelry. I showed him how to go on it, and I said, pick a pattern and tell me what you want. I'll make you something. And he's like, oh, okay, because he wanted a hat. And he picked the sock head hat. I'll put it in the down bar. I don't remember offhand who it's by, but, you know, my husband has really fluffy hair and a bigger head. His head is kind of big. Not in a bad way. He's adorable. But I was trying to figure out how big to make the sock head hat, and I just chose the biggest size. So I cast on 144, and I don't think it's going to be big So it might be for me. I may have to ask Kristen from Yarngasm and Vool & Vine Yarns to dye up some DK for me so I can get it done this century, because he picked my Venus flytrap, which I always wanted this colorway. And then he was looking through my yarns and he picked Swamp, Hedgehog Fiber Swamp. And I was like, oh, okay, that'll be nice. I can get that in a thicker yarn. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to buy some of that in DK, even though I have it in a sock yarn. And then he saw this one and he was like, no, I want the Vool & Vine. And I just was like, I was crying inside. I was like, no. But then he's so good to me about my yarn habits. So of course I'm going to make him something out of whatever yarn he wants. So I started it. That's what I have so far. This is never fitting on his head. It may fit Franny. I mean, it's very, very, very stretchy, but it's for me. So, again, this is Vool & Vine Yarns in her Venus Flytrap colorway, and it is knitting up beautifully. It's the Volca base, so it has a little bit of cashmere in it, and you can feel it. She's got gorgeous yarn. So, that's that. That's really it for WIPs. You know, I've been trying to be a more monogamous knitter so I can finish some stuff, but, you know, some stuff just has to get frogged. Some stuff you're just excited about as you're doing it, and some stuff you just kind of lose steam. So I do have a possible cast on. I've been watching the Legacy Knits podcast, and I follow Chelsea and Sue, and I try to watch Sue's Periscope, and you know, she's just a sweet, sweet person. I love watching them because they finish stuff so quickly. It's a really satisfying thing to watch. So, Chelsea made this featherweight cardigan. I think it's Joji Locatelli. I'm going to put it in the down bar because I'm not exactly sure. But hers is exquisite. She used, I don't remember what yarn she used, but one was in a pear colorway and one was in a copper penny colorway, and she played them together. And it's really, really beautiful. So those are not colors I would choose because it's not really what I wear, though I think if I saw it in a store, I would buy it. It's beautiful. Seriously, hop on over to Legacy Knits on Ravelry and check it out in her, I guess it's not in her, it's in her projects, I'm sure. So check it out. It's beautiful. I'm sure you've all watched that podcast. If you're watching me, you're definitely watching Legacy Knits. But, so I was inspired because I have all of these skinny singles and I have all of this sock yarn, and I don't really make socks, so I thought I need to find projects that employ that yarn. And here it is. This is, well, that didn't work. I was like, oh, I have these really cute strawberry baskets from my baby shower, and I'm going to put yarn in them. Yeah, that didn't happen. Okay, so we'll pick it up the old school way. I got some potlucks from Stephen and Penelope a long time ago, and I decided that I think I'm going to make it out of these colors. So let's go through them. This is Hedgehog Fibers, and it is the skinny singles. It's either a single ply. It's a potluck that I found on StephenPenelope.com, Stephen and Penelope, and I think this with their Hedgehog Fibers Sorry Not Sorry, and I don't know if this is too close, but the spell, I think it's beautiful. I think it will really, really, really look well together. So I may pick one more color because there's so much in this. There's some blues, even maybe like a light pink. Their Harajuku might look nice. Because I wear pink, because I wear a lot of black leggings. I wear them almost all the time. So if I make a sweater that's heavily pinks and purples and then with this splash of green, I mean, I have two of these. So that's some serious yardage. And I think it would be beautiful. So this is what I have so far. I don't know how many skeins it calls for. I have to check that out because I'm going to make it, I'm I'm going to make it in one of the bigger sizes. I think a larger extra large, so that when I wash it, if, you know, something happens and it shrinks, I don't scream bloody murder. Because, you know, if you spend all this time on a sweater and then that happens, and knowing me, I'm going to be like, oh, baby spit up on it, throw it in the wash. You're not supposed to do that. But that's probably what I'll be doing. So that might be my featherweight. And if you guys want to cast on with me in the new year, do it. I did start a group in my Ravelry page under Gemma Darling. It's the Gemma Darling Daily Ravelry group. You know, don't know how much I'll get to actually be doing in there, but you know, I'm so lucky to have some subscribers, and I'm really excited to see you guys back. Thank you so much. And if you're checking me out for the first time, I really, really appreciate it. But please interact with me. One thing that I love about the knitting community is that, you know, you watch these people on TV as if they're celebrities, and they're not, but to us they are, and we get to interact with them, you know? Like, if I do something on, you know, I think I traded a gingerbread cookie recipe with Sarah from Love Sock Wool, and I told Jacqueline Salem was talking about the Flatiron Building, and I sent her a link to some PBS special I had watched on the Flatiron Building, which was really great. And so you get to interact with these people, and they write you back, and everyone's just so thankful in this community, and it's one of the reasons I love it. You know, I love knitting, but I love the knitting community. It's really, it's an incredible community that you're a part of, and you should take advantage of it. So if you have any questions for me, which I probably can't answer because I'm not that good of a knitter, but go for it, you know, just send them to me on Ravelry. I'm Gemma Darling. Just like I'm Gemma Darling on everything else. Well, on Instagram, I'm Gemma Darlings with an S, because someone took my screen name, but in her defense, it might be her real name, because there are a lot of women in Great Britain with the name Gemma Darling. So if it's your real name, that's good. You should have it. Anyway, we're going to put this back. Okay. And that's it for works in progress. And before I go into my acquisitions, which is always a good time, because you know that I am someone who likes to buy yarn, I just have to say, you know, as I was saying about these communities, Instagram really brings us together, and it's wonderful. And I was commenting on the White Hotel in Brooklyn. It's this beautiful old building. I'm not sure of the history of it, if it used to be, you know, a factory or anything, but it's their restaurant, Renard, is amazing. And I just went there one day randomly. We were still living in Brooklyn, and I got this big bowl of mussels and garlic, because my husband can't eat garlic and onions. He's allergic. So when he's not there, I shovel it in, and I come home stinking. But, oh my God, it was so worth it. And then they gave me this big piece of toast with like bacon fat on it, which alone, it would have been really delicious. Didn't really go with the mussels, but I had lemonade, and I just was shoveling these mussels in. And then at the end of it, there was all this tomatoes and crushed tomatoes and garlic and stuff, and I ate everything. I ate everything, even when there were no mussels left. So again, that's Renard, and it's in the White Hotel in Brooklyn. And I commented on their Instagram because they have a bag, which is kind of iconic. I think they like to see, you know, who has their bag around the world. And so people post it on Instagram and share where they've taken their bag. And this is the bag. It's like the greatest bag. You know, it's just a good size, and I love it. I love mine. And so I said, oh, you guys should come out with them in all different colors, because I don't wear a lot of navy blue. I wear more blacks and pinks. And they sent me a stack of them for free. She just said, oh, you know, if you give me your address, I'll send you a bunch. And I don't get to Brooklyn very often anymore, unfortunately. So, you know, here's 3. There's one more that's like a canvasy neutral color with white writing, and I'm using that one. And I have this one. So I'm going to give one away. Okay, so if you guys have ever been to Brooklyn, or if you want to go to Brooklyn, or if you want to go to New York City and you've never been there, just comment. I'm going to put something on my, in the Gemma Darling Ravelry group. I'll put the thread in. Just tell me one of your favorite places in Manhattan, one of the favorite places in Brooklyn, you know, the best meal you ever ate in the city, or if you've never been to the city, tell me where you want to go, because it's like the best place on earth, and so we should talk about it. And then if I will pick a number next week. Well, it probably will be in the new year, but yeah, let's go for a little while. I'll pick a number in the new year, and we'll read some of the answers online here on the cast. And I'd really like some, you know, recommendations on places that you guys go or that you'd like to go. And I'll let you have your choice of these three: the white one with the red, the white one with the blue, or the blue with the cream. All right, so we're gonna give away a bag, and maybe I'll put some yarn in it. Okay, so those are gonna stay right there. Let's do that. Let's do it. Okay, so head on over to the Gemma Darling Dally Ravelry thread, and you'll find one for the contest and the giveaway. And it's not really a contest, just a giveaway. You know, let's become a community. So there you go. I've actually been pretty busy the past couple weeks, so let's talk about acquisitions, because when my daughter's sleeping next to me and I'm knitting and I get bored, I go on like Jimmy Bean's Wool, or I go on the Knitting Bee, or I go on Yarn Scout, and I buy yarn. It's quiet. They take PayPal. I don't have to get the credit card out, so let's see. But we all know that my local yarn store is Do You Knit in Westfield, New Jersey, and as far as yarn stores go, it's my favorite one that I've ever been to. And I've been to a lot of yarn stores, but I'm very lucky that this is my local yarn store, because the women that work there are incredible. The woman that owns it, Karen, she is insanely awesome. And, you know, I've never seen someone who loves yarn more than I do. And it's just makes me feel normal. So thank you, Karen. I love you, and I love coming down there. And even though I never leave with less than 4 to 5 skeins, and that's insane, you have beautiful yarn, and everyone should just, like, literally, if you're within 100 miles of it, make it a day and go, because you will not be sorry. Bring all the, you know, projects that you want to cast on. Bring all of the patterns with you, and go and buy your yarn there. She has something for everyone, and a bunch of needles, and all the women that work there will help you pick out stuff that goes together. So it's a great place. The greatest place on earth. Besides New York City. Oh, but she's going to be at Vogue Knitting Live with Stephen B. So if you don't get a chance to go to Westfield, New Jersey, go to Vogue Knitting Live. And that is something that you really should do if you love yarn, because I've never been there before, and I was not able to go to Rhinebeck this year, which was really upsetting. So I'm going to Vogue Knitting Live, and my mom is going to be in Florida with my father, and I'm going to figure out someone to watch the baby and someone to watch the dog, so that I can take 2 hours to myself, walk around my favorite city, and buy yarn. And it's going to be the best day ever. So with that being said, Do You Knit, as I was talking about, she has trunk shows for indie dyers, and a lot of her stock is indie dyed. And I think that is wonderful in itself, because she's a small business and she supports other small businesses by giving them an outlet. And so right up here is what I brought back from the first trunk show that I went to. And it was, I believe, mid-November, maybe late November. I think it was mid-November. And it was Wool and Vine, the good stuff. So I just literally grabbed whatever I could. I tried to grab it on the same base, because I like the Volca base. Now, mind you, I've never had any other base, but I'm quite happy with Volca. So I just bought whatever I could. And let's see if I can pick it up all at once. I don't even remember going through it. I was holding the baby in one arm, and she, you know, Karen Posniak of Do You Knit has this huge table down the center of the store, and Vine filled the table. I mean, she brought so much yarn this time. I just picked up whatever I found on Volca and I was just holding it by the time I got to check out. I don't remember looking at it. I didn't have any project in mind. I literally just grabbed it. And when I got home, I looked at it and I was like, wow, you bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 9 yarns of wool. Did I buy 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I did, because the Venus flytrap was part of this. But, you know, as I say, my husband has accosted that. But let's go through it. Now, I already had 1 skein of Pandora on Volca. So I bought 2 more. And I was thinking that I would actually like make a really pretty shawl out of this, because the colorway is just magic. And so now I have 3 skeins of that, and I'm very happy about that. Now, she's coming out with a new colorway that is being released tonight called Turkish Delight, which I think will look incredible with the Volca, so I have to get my hands on it. It's not going to happen. But I did get some Mexican hot chocolate, which I don't even like hot chocolate. It literally makes you want hot chocolate. Some Outlander, because I'm going through major Outlander withdrawal and I'm waiting for it to start up again, and I'm trying to think. I don't think it's going to be till next spring, because I think Franny was just born when the new season was on, and I remember that anytime she fell asleep in my arms, I stuck the earphones in and I was watching it. I have to know what happens to Jamie and Claire. And the last episode in season 2 blew my mind. Blew it. I think I'm going to watch the whole thing over again. You know, now that all my shows are on hiatus for the season. So again, Outlander. The good stuff. What's that? Ooh, what's that? Ooh. Oh no, so this is my 3rd Volca. Okay, so I bought 8 skeins. I thought I bought more. I may find them. I don't know. And then I did get a Misfit Dirty on Purpose. I don't know why she called it a Misfit. I think it might be too light. But I was looking at it. It's beautiful. Look at that. It's got bits of blue in it. There's a little bit of red. It's gorgeous. You know, use the word misfit, Kristen, like there's something wrong with it. So I don't know what I'm doing with this. And then she dyed up a special colorway just for the Yarn Pimp Extraordinaire, Karen of Do You Knit. And this is called Yarn Pimp X. And I had to grab 2 skeins of it because I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it's fun. And they're so different, the skeins. Look at that. They're so different. So, you know, I've got so much yarn, I could probably swim in it. They're going to fill my casket with it when I die. You know, just like an Egyptian pharaoh. I'm taking it with me. My poor kid, when she has to clean this out when I'm old and gray, she can be like, "What did you buy, Mom?" And I'll be like, "Yep, I did. I had a good time." I'm very lucky that I'm able to do this. You know, during this season, you think about all the people that just don't have anything, and it's really heartbreaking. It is. So we'll talk about that in a little while, because we have to start giving back. I mean, not like we haven't been doing it, but we got to do it in a bigger way. So I think I'm going to take some of these and maybe make some little hats for the newborn babies, because when Franny was born, they put this little hat on her that someone had knit, and it kept her warm, and I think I need to give that back a little bit. So that's my Vine. You know, when I got there, we got there around 1:30, and I really thought there was going to be nothing left because it started at noon, but she brought a lot of yarn this time. And so my mom and I just grabbed what was left, got in line, and then, you know, I was really excited to talk to her. I hadn't talked to her since last time I saw her, when she did the trunk show in March. And since then, I've really gotten into knitting and stuff, so, you know, I love to see what she posts, and I follow all of her vlogs and her podcasts. But, you know, to see her in person, I keep thinking, I'm like, don't talk this girl's head off. Don't talk this girl's head off. Every time she tells you, like, what she's watching on the podcast, you think, I'm watching that too. I want to talk to her about it. But I just, politely we spoke for a couple minutes and I walked away. And even when the store was pretty empty and I was still there, I was like, I can't, because once I go up to her, I will talk this girl's head off and she will hate me. So, but she had Dennis with her, her husband. He's adorable. He's super sweet. He was just happily ringing everyone up so that she could talk to everyone. And I don't know what he must be thinking. Like, oh my God, my wife dyes yarn when I'm at work. And look at this. Like, people are coming in droves to buy it. I mean, she's just really good at what she does. And so I was really, really lucky to grab a lot of it. Will I have it knitted up by the time she has her next trunk show? No. But I got a pretty nice stash starting, so that's good. I need to dye my hair, man. Woo! No, this ain't natural anymore. No. So, then the weekend after that, which was right after Thanksgiving, it was a Saturday after Thanksgiving, Primrose Yarn Company was at Do You Knit. And I was like, oh God, like I just bought all this Woolen Vine, but I can't miss Primrose. So, and I wanted to meet Kelsey because she's awesome. Whenever she puts a picture of a new colorway on Instagram and you want it, like, and she probably doesn't do this for everyone because she can't remember to do it. It's probably a lot, but she came out with this colorway Emerald Midnight and I had to have it. It's gorgeous. It's like this blackish green. And I said, I want that. And as soon as she put it up in the shop, she actually texted me through Instagram. She's like, it's up. And I grabbed one. And so I just wanted to meet her and thank her for that because, when they go that extra mile to, see you enjoy their yarn, that's wonderful. So, she had so much yarn in the store you could hardly walk. I mean, bins of it. Bins. And she dyes these really big, like sweater quantity ones. I don't even know how many yards are in them. I don't know. Could be 800. They look like double skeins. And they're $40, which is actually like incredible price for it. I didn't get any because I didn't know what I wanted to make, but I got enough. I got 6 skeins. So, these two are the same. These don't have a name on them. I don't know what the name is. This might be, she did dye up one just for the Yarn Pimp Extraordinaire. And this might be it, but it doesn't have the name written on it. Anyway, this is her new base. I believe it's a new base. It's called Adelaide, and it's a single ply fingering weight. It's beautiful. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I love it. And then this, I should have bought more of this. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, isn't this beautiful? My friend's daughter actually picked this. She wanted me to make her a hat out of it. It's a sock yarn, so it probably would take me a while. So I was trying to get it in a worsted or in her Jasper DK, and I haven't seen it. And I'm really upset because it's like the perfect pink and purple for a little girl. It's perfect. But maybe I'll just use that one. And then this skein is, this is also on her 4-ply Luscious sock, and it's called Hermione. But, the other skeins she had of this were much more saturated with color, but I really liked the way this one was super light. I thought it was really pretty. I mean, her stuff is gorgeous. I'm in awe when I look at it. And then I got 2 of this on her Jasper DK, and this is called Jupiter, and I cannot wait to use this for something. It's beautiful. Look at that. Oh. She sells her stuff on Etsy, and her store always has stuff in it, so please go over. On Instagram, I believe she is Primrose Yarn Company, but I'll put it in the down bar. But on Etsy, she's Sins and Needles 99. So if you go to her Instagram, you can go to her website through her profile, and it will take you right to Etsy. And you have to look at her Etsy store. Her yarns are, this is the most gorgeous yarn I think I've ever seen. It's not doing it justice. I cannot wait to knit with this. I cannot wait. So those are my acquisitions for the trunk shows I attended last month. And, just a few. So Of course, I bought some other stuff in the meantime. I've been eyeing this and I never got it. This is on Merino DK. It's hedgehog fibers and it's in the dragonfly colorway. Isn't that beautiful? It's gorgeous. And then this one, I'll be honest, I like the name better than I like the color. It's again hedgehog, Merino DK, sangria. So those, had to have them. And then lately, because I collected all of that yarn for my Rhinebeck sweater, which is going to be the Portage, which I'm starting in January, so please knit along with me. And Debbie Reese started a thread for anyone who wants to start their Rhinebeck sweater with us. She has a special pattern that she's using. I forget what it's called, but she said, join in the fun, even if you're making a different sweater. Let's do this together and let's keep each other going. So hop over to Debbie Reese's Ravelry page and find it. Join it. So I bought a couple other things because if you're buying yarn, you don't buy one. God, they're like potato chips. You can't have one. But again, I had the cactus flower in the Madeline Tosh Merino. And this is in the ASAP Bulky. It's so gorgeous. So I have 3 skeins of this, and I think I'm going to make myself some big, luscious scarf with like a hood attached to it. And I'll just throw that on under all of my coats this winter because I want it on me. That, and then I loved this color and just decided to buy it. And I believe this one is called Spicewood. And I get these all in Jimmy Bean's wool. Their Madeline Tosh selection is really, really good. So there's that. And then my best friend's daughter is named Lily. Hi, Lily. And she's about 5 years old. She likes pink and purple and princesses. She's the quintessential 5-year-old girl. And she wants a pink or purple hat. So I bought this. And this is Mad Tosh Merino. And it's in Flash Dance. And I think this is one of the most gorgeous purples. Again, I've said this before, I think purple must be difficult to dye and get into a really nice hue, but this, it's going to be beautiful. So I bought 2, because then one for her, one for me. That's the way it goes when you buy yarn. So, looking at my show notes. Yes, January 1st, I guess, is the big cast on. Get all your patterns ready, get your yarns ready, get your needles ready, and let's do this. Put them in your projects on Ravelry and join the Gemma Darling Daily group. I'd love to meet you all. I really appreciate everyone that tunes in whenever I release a podcast. I know that I'm not a dyer or an excellent knitter, but I hope you enjoy spending an hour of your time with me. I know there's so many podcasts, so the fact that you're watching mine really means a lot to me. I didn't do Vlogmas. Maybe I'll do it next year. I'm from a family where my mom is Jewish-Ukrainian lineage. We're all American, but she's from Jewish-Ukrainian lineage, and my father is from Sicilian lineage, and so I was Catholic on his side, and I'm Jewish by blood, and so I like to call myself a pizza bagel, make a little bit of light out of it because it all just gets confusing. And so I was thinking that since this year, Christmas and Hanukkah, fall on the same starting date. So Christmas Eve is the first night of Hanukkah. So I thought maybe I would do Vlogmaka. So maybe for the 8 nights of Hanukkah, I'll do a little bit of Vlogmas. We'll call it Vlogmaka. Now, I am not a practicing Jewish woman. I am Jewish by blood, and I like to be respectful of what my family went through, escaping, communist Russia so that I could be free and I could be an American. So I am a really appreciative third generation Jewish woman in America here. So again, I'm not a practicing Jew, and so I'm not looking to offend anyone if you are quite religious, and also quite religious on the other side. I just think the holidays should be a really fun time where we get together with family, we remember how lucky we are, we help those that aren't so lucky, and you know, I'm trying to make this really fun for my daughter. So I thought it might be fun to take you on the journey of her first Christmas. And so we'll call it Vlogmaka. The ma for Christmaka and ka, of course, for Hanukkah. So I'm going to try that. We're going to cast on our Rhinebeck sweaters. I might do a worsted boxy by Howie Locatelli. I think she's releasing a baby version that I might make for Francesca. And we're going to start the feathery cardigan and I don't know, keep up with your Vlogmases, everyone. I am really, really loving watching it every night because, you know, even though we don't all know each other, you know, I feel like we're all friends in a certain way because we all have a love for the same thing and we like to share our love, and I'm loving watching Vlogmas. I really am. I'm going to miss it in January. So someone needs to do like Vlogma New Year or something because you know, I need my fix. Anyway, I hope everyone has a really, really happy holiday. No matter what you celebrate, you know, I think there's 27 or something holidays between, you know, the month of December into January. I don't know what all of them are, so I'll just say, you know, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy New Year, and anything else that you celebrate. I hope you have a wonderful time with your friends and family, and I hope you eat up a storm and just, you know, be very thankful for what we have. So I'm going to try to record another one next week. I probably won't be able to, but I'm going to try. And yeah, have a great holiday, and I'll see you in the new year probably. No, I'm going to see you for Vlogmaka, which is before the new year. So happy holidays. For everyone here at Gemma Darling Daily, hop over to our Ravelry page. Okay. Have a good week, everyone. Bye-bye. What are you waiting for? Cooper. Look at him, he's all festive. Hi. He gets his deli slice. Poppy, your sweater looks so nice on you. He's so cute. Best tush in the business.